So yeah, we had tons of snow in the forecast, but as I head out to check the bin right now at this moment, it's actually raining. It's raining, which will add to the little bit of snow and frost on the ground and freeze up overnight most likely. So that gives you an indication of weather in the Okanagan Valley. If it were probably just a couple degrees cooler, we'd be getting flakes, but no, instead I'm actually using an umbrella. I actually don't normally. Rain doesn't, I don't really care about rain. It's water. You get wet, get over it. But since I'm going to check the electronic bin, and since it's coming down pretty good, I just grabbed the tiny little umbrella we have stored in our closet, the one that we have. And I figure since I'm going to go check the electronics bin, you know, very doubtful there'll be anything in there. But if there is, and if it's something I want, well, I don't want it to get wet now, do I? So I can keep it under cover of the umbrella. Also, for anything that's in there and going back to recycling, and you know, let's face it, people that work at those recycle centers, they go through all that stuff too, and sometimes they grab little electronic goodies out of it, so we don't want them wet and destroyed. Because I find, this has been my experience, that a large percentage, I would go so far as to say the majority of things that end up in that electronics, it's actually appliances, electronics, anything that you wouldn't just throw into the garbage goes into that bin. And that's where I've found everything from old laptops to monitors to even televisions. But back to my point, I find the majority of items, more often than not, are working perfectly fine. They may have some wear, because I think it's mostly the victims of upgrades that end up in there. So, especially in this day and age, someone upgrades to something better, the old one is no more of any use to them. So let's take a peek. Might be frozen. Oh, I remember once it was frozen shut. And I don't think there's anything. There hasn't been anything for a while. I've been through all this stuff before. Coffee maker, LAN cable, which I have like, 10 of those already. Air humidifier, little amplified speakers that I threw in there because, hey, I have better ones, so I do it too. Actually, I've started to. If I have something better and I don't need more of the same product, then I've been actually contributing myself to the recycle bin. I think it's only fair. And it's funny too, as I've told others, quite often now, I find items, if they're things like cables, composite cables, whatever, what have you, if they're like really good quality ones or better than anything I have, then I simply just do a swap. Yeah, sure, I would never buy, say, Monster cables or something like that. But if you've got gold-plated Monster composite cables in there, yeah, I'll swap them out for my $3 low-end cables, or cables that were included with whatever accessory. Especially for like older consoles and equipment, VCRs, audio-video equipment that's actually still using the what do you call it? Not RCA, but RF, shielded cables and things like that. So I swap out all the better quality ones for my low-end quality ones. That's always good. But as for things like, power supplies and all kinds of AC adapters and things like that, man, I'm sure many of you can relate. I have so many of those things. I don't want more, so I leave those in there. But yeah, I'm not against swapping out something if it's something better than what I currently have. And you'd be surprised how often that's been in the past. So fair enough. Take from it, contribute to it. You know, take something that's useful out, at least useful to me, and continue to make use out of it. I think that's better than even recycling it, so-called recycling it. What even happens to these things nowadays? They get shipped over to be disassembled in China or some stupid thing like that. So I'd rather just keep using it where possible. Anyways, that's it. I'm out of the rain and wrapping up. What is it? The 21st, I think? I'm guessing here. 21st? I'm not even sure. It's a Friday. Yeah, I'm just guessing. Anyways, so obviously I'm not too caught up in the holidays. We are going out for a nice Christmas Eve, Christmas Day dinner. That's the best way. Have a nice dinner, let someone else take care of the dishes. And then also on New Year's Day, buffet. I think we're going to somewhere really nice as well. So that's pretty much our holiday plans. Just me and Melissa, nice and quiet. Suits me just fine. Alright, Rob, MaximumRD out. And if I don't see you, I may be posting a video soon, which is a pretty cool one, actually. I'll just leave it at that. If not, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, see you in the new year.